Hey guys, what's going on? It's JT Corn Rings here with my friend Eli from Urban Lifestyle back for 2020. We are here for another episode of Silver Talk. Guys, it's been a long time since we've been have an opportunity to come on and to give opportunity to talk to our community. Michael M's in the house, budget bullion stacker. Man, thank you so much for joining us. It is a pleasure, man, to come back and talk to you again about gold, silver, and things happening in the community. So, yes, the Forehead Brothers are back for 2020 edition. Man, we definitely miss y'all. We just needed the opportunity to refresh, get through the year of 2019 strong. Now we're back to make sure that we set our claim here 2020, 2020 vision for 2020 and beyond. And we just glad to see y'all guys, man. Today we'll be talking about gold. We're talking about silver prices, selling and buying things that we do our personal stack, and how we'll be able to pass it on to our loved ones. So, just a general conversation, guys. We thank you so much for joining us once again, and soon we'll have my co-host, my friend, my compadre, Eli, back in the house. Right now, he's setting some things up on the back end. Pause. Um, of the of the recording. So, how's everybody doing? Budget Bullion says everyone needs a break. Absolutely, man. Everybody needs a time to refresh. And since we are all content creators, we understand exactly that con that comment. He said the baby predator is late, as always. See, one thing that we have to realize in this thing, Eli was always the one late, man. It wasn't me. I was always here. Okay, I put it like couple times I was late, maybe once, twice in the whole year. I was here just waiting. Maybe it was internet connection. It was one of the two things. But today Eli is late. It definitely is. So, guys, how's everyone doing? So I want to think as we go through this broadcast, think about your stacking goals, gold, silver. Think about all those things. If you have any questions, leave it in a comment, and we like to have that interaction as well. All right. Arv Johnson, thank you so much for joining us today. We got Budget Boy Stacking, Arv Johnson. We have Michael M. Leave a comment so we know who to shout out. Okay. All right. Comment below. If you can, let somebody know that we're on today, so we can have an opportunity to have them inside the chat as well. Eli, give me a thumbs up when you're ready, my friend. He is ready. This is the second half. 2020 is introducing the second half of the Forehead Twins on Silver Talk. Eli. Eli, what's going on, my friend?
How's it going, man? I'm awesome. I'm awesome. Feels good to be back, man. How's everything going with you?
Everything going okay, man. I'm not complaining out loud, keeping it real quiet, walking real slow in 2020, 2020 vision and beyond. Looking for some major things with Cash Major, as Budget Bullion Stacker says. Today, we hoping that he busts out in a rap, but a rap about gold, silver, and other things that we find precious in 2020. It's not going to happen?
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Okay, well, I was trying to speak into existence, but it's not happening. Michael M says,
JT, What?
wait, Michael M says driving is no right now he's coughing so much it's giving me a headache. Oh my goodness. Good gracious.
Man. But JT, I see the New Year's came in and your forehead is not as shiny.
Oh well,
So, what you doing?
but let me tell you what I'm doing, man. I changed the lights a little bit. And what's happening? I mastered the art of making the forehead less shiny And now I bring the attention to the glare in my glasses. So what I'm going to do in 2020 is buy some glare-free glasses, and hoping that helps. But I had to give the people a little bit of less of the shine, the illumination. But hopefully we can get them going and talk about some silver, some gold, and other things we find precious.
You already know. So JT, and I don't have no access to the chat. I can't see the chat, so you're gonna have to be my eyes today.
Okay. Well,
who's on?
We got Michael M, and Michael M is he is definitely cutting up already. Our subscribers don't wasting any time. They go right in, and he says, "No kidding, the forehead ain't as shiny, JT. I need some coconut oil." So I received a gift from somebody in the community that I can't wait to do an unboxing. I wanted to do the unboxing today on Silver Talk, but I thought it was gonna be hilarious. We get a good laugh. But I said I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna definitely save it. And it's been killing me, man. I wanted to open it up today. I wanted to tell you about it first, but we was talking about something else before the show came on. It's from Scrapping, Hoarding, Tinkering Fun. And you know our relationship. It's going to be hilarious. What he said, I didn't open it up yet, but when I got it from the post office, it was too big to fit in my P.O. box. Pause. So I knew exactly what he got me. So it's going to be hilarious. But I wanted to save it. I may save it for next show, or I may do a video of next week. Well, what you got to say about that, Eli?
Man, I was trying to say, because we was talking about the giveaway that you was planning to give. You said 3 ounces of gold for the brand new year that you're going to give away today. That's why I put it on your channel. Oh, remember when you said that?
3 ounces of gold?
Yeah, that's what you said you was going to give away, right?
Oh, no. I said 3 ounces I'm planning to leave off my body because I'm getting old. No. I said I'm working out and I'm trying to lose 3 ounces of the old,
Got you. Oh, I thought you said gold. Okay. I thought you said 3 ounces of gold.
No. I'm getting old. Old, not gold. No. So it's different, a little different. But I'm hoping to gain 3 ounces of gold this year with my plan that I'm writing. One of the guys in the community, Freedom Stacker, wrote this plan out on his videos, and he laid out every week how much he's going to put away, and in that plan is going to be 40 ounces of silver and a half an ounce of gold. And it reminded me of some of the things that you was writing out, because you're real meticulous on what you write out for the year. And I'm definitely trying to rub this elbow to get some of your knowledge on that too. So I'm looking forward to some videos you put out on your goal and your plan, because that's what you said. I looked at your shows this week, and you said you're gonna lay them plans out. So I know we all looking out for that.
Definitely. Yeah, and speaking, I did receive a question I want to get right into.
Okay.
It was a question about somebody asked me on one of my videos that I released this week was, what are my plans when it comes to, or should he still, right now at this current time, is it still a good time for him to invest in gold?
Okay.
And to be honest with you, I didn't reply back. I read it and I was like, I can't answer this question, because even though I said, hey, I want 3 ounces of gold, but I also did say if the price range is right. All right, so we all talk about, like, gold right now is at $1,500, right? We all say, hey, buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. So if we're buying gold right now, it's our perspective, what is high and what is low. Because to some people, they may be like, oh yeah, this is cheap for gold, or they might feel like, hey, it's cheap for gold. But for some people, $1,500 is it's a lot of money, JT.
Yeah, for me.
It's a lot of money. So we're talking about, and it's not even 15. We're talking about, if you add on the premiums, we're looking anywhere between 1,550 or 15 or 1,600. So as of right now, I want to know, what are your thoughts, JT, when it comes to gold? Do you feel like at the 1,500 price range or 1,600 price range, do you feel like it's a good time or for you to invest in gold or buy gold or stack gold?
Is it good to buy gold right now? Right now, I still want to buy gold because I can still buy it in fractions. And I really think that any type of gold. I know some people talk about the premium, but I still think for me, a quarter ounce and a half an ounce is in my reach once I save and plan for it. As we was talking about prior to the show, I did buy a pendant, and in the terms of buying that 1/10 ounce pendant, it's wrapped around in the black onyx and also 14 karat gold pendant. And the reason why I purchased it is because I never wear jewelry other than what I make myself. I had to make sure it was on the right finger. I didn't want to put the wrong finger up. You know,
You cursing me out?
no, man, no, be peaceful, man. But I wanted definitely to bring the point up, and I'm glad you did. Of when I wear my silver jewelry, um, I'm thinking about everyday carries, and this is some of the things I've seen talked about in the community in the last couple weeks. Is that everyday carry has to benefit you safety wise, also monetary wise, and something you wear that kind of complements what you got on. So safety and value. So if I need at any given time having this silver ring, if I take it to a pawn shop, which I wouldn't, but if I take it to a pawn shop, I may only get the price of that silver, which may be $1.50 below spot, maybe $17. No matter what price I put on this silver ring, but if I have a gold pendant with a 1/10 ounce, American a gold eagle, along with the 14 carats, I may get a little bit more. I may can get some gas, and these are a couple gallons to get me across the street. But the pendant may get me opportunity to get a meal or a motel and somewhere to lay down for a bit if I have to in case of emergency. In case my wife gets mad at me and put me out for the afternoon. I don't know. These things happen when you get married for a while. You never know what the wife want to do. So
Yeah,
what do you think about?
I know.
So yes, Michael M. I did get it from Edgar, from AG Stacking. What do you think about that, Eli?
Well, yeah, it's all perspective, for you, it's a great plan and things like that. But if you put in someone in my spot,
Okay.
I'm like, hey, fractional is not really my thing. Reason being is because I pay more when it comes to fractional, and I wanna budget. For me, this is my situation. Your situation could be different from mine. So for the way I'm planning on stacking this year, is I do want to focus on value. So if I'm going to get an ounce versus let's say 1/10 of an ounce, I'd rather get the ounce, because at the end of the day I'm going to be paying a little bit more for the ounce of the breaking down fractional ounce. If that makes sense. But 1500, like I was telling you earlier before we went on the show, I was like, hey, I haven't seen gold at this price range, like physically actually stacking gold at this price range. I do have gold, but I haven't had gold at this price range. This is my first time experiencing it with me being in the industry. I've seen it in charts. I've seen it go to 2000. I've seen it do all that. But as of my total accumulated history of me stacking gold, this is the highest I've actually seen gold, right? 1500. So for me, if I'm basing it on the track of me, of what I'm doing, I may stay away from it unless it goes back down. Like if let's say if I was stacking back in 2011 when it was at 25, or no, not 25, almost $2,000. Like had I experienced that when gold was at 1,100, I wouldn't be buying silver at all around those times. I just didn't experience that, so I didn't know. I didn't have nothing to compare it to. But if I was around when gold was at $2,000 and then I seen it at $1,100, I would have been like, hey, you know what, silver? Hey, I got enough silver for now. I'm going to stay away from that, and I'm going to be focusing on gold at that price range.
All right, let's focus on me based off that, and I agree with you 100% because you always bring that perspective, which I think is pretty good for the conversation. International Stacker, who's in the house. How you doing, International? Thanks for coming by.
International Stacker, how's everything going, man?
However, if you can get fractional at the same price, it's a great buy because you can get premiums when you sell, and I think that's a good idea. And fortunately, I've gotten the pendant from AG Stacker at almost spot for the 1/10. I'm just paying a little extra because of the 14 karat and the opal that's it attached to. And I bought a quarter ounce from him 2018 full spot, $300.
Mhm.
That's the coin that I destroyed when I'm trying to make a coin ring. So I try to make sure I try to make sure that I find gold coins, if fractional, like International said, closest spot as possible, because we know there's a $38 to upward bound, a premium with added to it. So it's about eBay bucks. It's about finding deals in the community that people trusted people in the community that we can buy from it as well. So along with what you said, I agree.
Yeah, what International Saga said, that makes so much sense if you can find it, and that's the thing too. There's a whole bunch of information that may be misleading.
Mhm.
When I say misleading, I mean like it's just not out there. Because I was on a website and it actually shows you the spot price for every fractional. It tells you silver's like a silver gram, the spot price for silver gram, the spot price for half a gram. It shows you all that. So if you went into fractional gold, there's ways to find out exactly what the spot price would be, even if you have to take a calculator and do the simple math yourself. So
Right.
as long as you know, hey, if I'm looking to buy half an ounce, just look at what the spot price is for a full ounce and cut that in half, and then now you have a general picture. All right, hey, this is what $600, $700. If I'm for half, how much are they adding to it? Is it $10, $20, $40, $100? And always do the math based on that. Now, if you could find a fractional all day, every day. If I was able to buy fractional gold, even up to a gram or half a gram, if I'm able to buy it close to spot, like maybe $1, $2, maybe even $5, $10, I would buy fractional gold. But with the resources I do have, as far as online coin shops, that's never the case. But there are deals out there where you can find it.
Right, I agree. And like I said, from a trusted individual that you know business with, you've seen other people deal with, word of mouth, you may can find
Mm-hmm.
those deals for people. We
Mm-hmm.
got Mr. Doughboy 356 in here as well. I haven't seen him in a while. How you doing, Mr. Doughboy 356? Appreciate you
Oh boy,
stopping
how's
by.
everything going?
And we also international stack also going by talking to people in the chat as well. So yeah, so gold, even though the price is going up, I would still try to get some because that's still part of my stacking plan. You know, I still
Mm-hmm.
want to have more, and I just buy it to a point that I can afford it. Even if people think it's a little bit more, I think gold still is going to rise, and it's
Mm-hmm.
something that I want to still pass on to my loved ones. So, and have later on for retirement as well. So, once I get out my comfort zone, if we get to $3,000, $4,000, then I'm gonna have to take a loan out from Urban Lifestyle. Eli, hey, I need a couple dollars, man. It's
Hey, you have a better chance at going to the bank. I'm not saying I won't loan it, but my interest rates are high. My interest rates are high.
what,
I'm telling you.
what are your
You
interest
know,
rates? That's for those
100%. If I'm giving 1,000, I need 2,000 back.
man. You
It's
worse than the
100%.
government.
I'm telling you, man.
The government of
I'm,
Eli.
I'm telling you, you don't want to try the Urban Lifestyle Bank. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh
Stay away from the
man,
Urban Lifestyle Bank.
thanks. That's worse than Bank of America. I think I have my better chances of going to the Bank of America. Hey, I'll get
Oh
an
man.
account of Wells Fargo and risk the chances of getting it an extra account created. You know, so
Mm-hmm,
stay away from the Bank of Eli.
mm-hmm.
A little too
No, but
expensive.
as we always talk about, JT, we always say buy low, sell high. It's
Yeah,
just the only thing with that phrase is we never know where it's low.
yeah,
All right. So like we don't know where low is because
yeah.
hey, when gold was at 1,100, I'm like, hey, maybe it'll go down to 900, maybe it'll go down to 900, but not knowing, hey, that was the low at the time. So my strategy is, hey, if gold goes down, let's say if it goes down to $100, right?
Hmm.
Not $200, it goes down by $100, like let's say $1,400. I'll buy an ounce of gold, and if it goes down to 1,300, I'll buy. So I would buy on the way down.
Hmm.
Makes sense. So I can take advantage of that. Now, yeah, it may be a little bit more expensive. It may be, hey, if you waited 3 months ago, it would have went down like $300. But you
Hmm.
never know. I'm not a psychic, so hindsight is 2020. I can always say, yeah, man, I should have went and bought gold when it was at 1,200. But at that time, that wasn't what I saw. I was like, hey, maybe it could go to 900. Maybe it could go below 1,000. and then I'll
Yeah.
buy at that point. But that's the whole thing. We all say, hey, we want to buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. But at the time, it's like, and I try to not get into that point where, all right, it's over 1,500, and I'm like, oh man, it's going up high, it's going up high. I should get in right now. I should get in.
Mhm.
But in that sense, is I'm buying high.
Right.
Yeah, even though I wouldn't sell, because I still have my gold that I bought. I think I bought it for, I forgot how much it was, like 200 or 1,200.
Yeah.
And then now it's 1,500. I could easily make a profit off it right now. I'm just not selling. I don't see a reason to sell.
Okay. Michael M made a point, said is having your trade silver for gold recently. Have you traded silver for gold recently? What ratio do you prefer to trade on? Obviously, lower is better. I'll let you answer that because I've done it before.
No, good question, Michael. Good question. Now, see, with that, trading the silver for gold to take, I would say the best way to do it is something that benefits you in an extraordinary way.
Hmm.
If it benefits you, if I like right now, if I were to get silver, like I haven't keep tabs on the ratio, but let's say it's like what 80 do you know what it is, JT?
I don't right now, but keep on talking. I'll pull it up.
Okay, but wherever it is right now, if I were to trade it, like what benefit does it really give me? Versus if it was real tight, pause. If it was real tight, and then I said, hey, let me trade up the silver and get it, and it really benefit me. Hey, either I got more value for the gold, or I got like the value of my purchase metal just went up, or hey, I was able to save this much more room. Like right now, if I'm out of room and I have so much silver, I have no room to hold it. At the undisclosed location that I actually hold my silver. If I had no room, then yeah, it benefits me to trade it. If that makes sense. But right now, I don't see no benefits for me to actually to trade it. But if it's something like even when it comes to selling, hey, if I sold all my silver right now, gold and silver, I was able to make $1,000. What an extra $1,000 going to do for me in my lifestyle? It's not going to do nothing. But if I were to sell it or trade it, and I were to get like 100,000 profit, then okay.
Yeah,
I can go buy property in it. I can have rental property and have people rent, and I get money. It has to benefit me in some way, shape, or form. It's not oh yeah, man, I just saved the extra $100 right there. I'm able to withdraw $100 for trading it.
It's all about the most money you can make in the long haul is what I'm
correct.
Is what I'm hearing. So, but what is your preference? Having gold or having silver?
My preference is having. That's a good question. I was about to say something stupid, but that's a good question. I have to. I don't want to answer it like that. That one needs some thought. To be honest with you, it's because let's just say, all right, let's just right now in my situation, let's just say everything went down. I lost my job and I spent all $50,000 or $60,000, and like that just doesn't exist no more in my bank account. And say none of that exists. And then I have silver, I have gold, but it'll be different. Like the silver, if I were to sell the silver, it'd be like, hey, you know what? I need to get some gas. I'll be able to do this. The gold would be more towards, hey, I have enough. I have 12 ounces of gold. That's good enough for me to actually pay my rent for the next 12 months. So I see them in two different lights, if that makes sense. Silver will be more, hey, if SHTF situation happens, messed up scenario happens, hey, I need to feed the family. Hey, I trade in $20. I'm able to buy some McDonald's, feed up the family. Or, hey, I need some gas. Let me trade it in this, get $20 for this ounce of silver, and I'll put gas in the car. But the gold is more, hey, if something like the bigger stuff, all right, the car breaks down. All right, what? I need $1,000. All right, let me take an ounce of gold. I need $2,000. Let me take 2 ounces of gold. So I see them in both in different lights. So as far as my situation right now, I have enough silver. I need to focus a little bit more on gold, if that makes sense. And plus, I'm not well diversified. I'm heavily on one side versus the other. I'm heavily in silver versus gold. I'm not well diversified.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the comment made by International Stacker. This is a great live stream. I'm liking it. Good job, guys. Thank you very much. We aim to please pause. I stack for retirement, but we'll certainly flip it if there's a good opportunity, and then buy some producing assets. Good point. Good point. For me, gold and silver. I like gold. I'm a fan of gold, really. Just have not been able to get my hands on a lot, and that's why I'm a fan of quarters and half ounce. Silver to me is great for business. I can afford a lot more silver. I can do a lot more things with silver to produce more money. Um, in that, do you believe the gap will close from having silver right now at $18, 18.50 right now, 18.15 right now, right? Do you
Mhm.
see it jumping to $49 in a near future?
Um, whew. I mean, there's so much scenarios that would have to happen, but based off everything that I'm seeing going on around in the world, it's possible. It's possible, if everything just as far as supply and demand, JT, right now there's so much more, like there's so much more people aware of gold and silver right now as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
Because something that we have now that we didn't have back then is a lot more people being more informed about silver, either through online Safari websites, and most importantly with YouTube. Like if you really think about it, if you're looking at all the online bullion dealers, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is their, like, if you really look at everything they're doing, what are they doing the most? They're interacting with the YouTube audience.
Yeah.
They're interacting, like I have videos where they come, hey, this and that, hey, listen, let's do a video together and blah blah blah, this and that. There's tons of this. You go on to somebody who said, hey, they're talking about SD bullion. They're being active in that. So they
Mm-hmm.
see the market, they see where the information, they see the potential advertisement, and they're like, hey, you know what? Let's go into that. That's where they're focusing on, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're going to where their audience is, and that would affect the supply and demand, I believe.
Yeah.
And with everything that's going on in the economy, and I'm not, not too political, and I'm just gonna say one thing, and just and that'll be all. But with everything that's going on in the economy today, hey, it's possible. It's possible. I'll say it's like it's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah. I'm looking at the interaction and I wanted to make one point that Michael M. Brought up, and I'll bring that up to the screen. I have to worry
Mm-hmm.
about my tuition first, but yes, long-term retirement stack is the plan, and that's one thing that we have a discussion about as well. My
Mm-hmm.
oldest daughter is in college, and we're paying financial, contributions as well. And I'm like, wow, I'm thinking about retirement, thinking about stacking more, but that monthly bill and taking care of tuition can be daunting, right? So I know that just like myself, other people in the community having big purchases or big things they're taking care of at the present may stop them from really benefiting from planning and stacking for the future. So, what
Mm-hmm.
ways do you think, even though big purchases and big things can be taken from the household, that other responsibilities, what plan would you do if you had very low amount to contribute to your precious metal fund? How would you deal with that?
I get creative. JT is not that. Yeah. There's so much stuff I'm trying to accomplish this year that it
Mm-hmm.
is tight. It is real tight. Pause. So as far as that, as far as talking about that, I have to get creative
Uh-huh.
as far as making extra money. I have to figure out different ways to get extra money. For like last year, the majority of the silver I bought, I think it was an additional $8,000. The majority of that came from what I made on YouTube,
Uh-huh.
or it came from that, and I just took all that and just kept rebuying silver. So I got creative. I was like, hey, you know what? I have this I got to get done by 2020. I have this I got to get done. I have to make sure I pay off this. So I'm gonna have to not take from my income, my job income, for me to buy silver. But at the same time, I can build this right here, and through the monetization and through selling bars and selling all stuff like that,
Uh-huh.
I was still able to buy the same amount of silver, if not more than I was when I was taking from my job income to buy the silver. So
Okay.
you have to get creative. And as far as that as well, JT, there's different phases that goes on in people's life.
Mm-hmm.
If I was in your situation, I would not be buying silver as much as I'm buying right now.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm in, so if somebody there's somebody who's in there's different situations to handle. So in that aspect, if you're watching this and you're like, hey, how do I do this? Don't look at what JT's doing. Don't look at what I'm doing. You have to sit down and be like, hey, how much money do I have? All right, hey, what am I trying to accomplish? If you're trying to pay down your tuition, hey, focus on that. But at the same time, silver is 16, 18 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, silver is still 16, 18 bucks. That's like what, a night out or something. Hey, if you just buy 1 ounce a week, hey, that's still 50 ounces that you have by the end of the year, and you still have something. And you're still paying off the tuition. You still paying off the tuition. Hey, you still have 1 ounce here this week. Still taking care of that tuition. Still paying that bills. But hey, I still have another ounce next week. All right, by the end of this month, I just paid this off, but I also have 4 ounces of silver by the end of this month. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm getting there. So you don't have to be like, oh man, I need to spend $1,000 on silver this week.
Right. It's about putting that budget
you
together.
still have silver. And once you're done paying off your tuition, once you're done paying off that mortgage, once you're done paying off your debt, you can always flip it over and be like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to go all in on silver, but hey, I have a little bit more. Maybe instead of 1 ounce a week, I can focus on 5 ounces a week.
Yeah.
It's all the perspective. And this is why a lot of people get hated on YouTube or through comments or stuff like that. It's just I'm doing something dealing with my situation, and they're trying to put their situation into my habits of buying silver. And say, oh man, why would you do that? You need to go lower. You need to, hey, all right, cool. But that's what you would do. That's great for you.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't understand my situation. My situation, I'm in a situation where I can buy a little bit more silver. I'm in a situation where I can do this and pay off debt at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's just my
that's good for proper planning. Like we talked about before, is putting those soldiers on the front line and having those lines of defense. And you've done that pretty successful.
It's really that's why I like to focus on mindset, because you can have 100 ounces of silver and you can have 100,000 ounces of silver, but if the mind's not right, if the mindset is not right, either you'll sell it off, or you'll just do something totally stupid. Oh man, I got this much money, or just like, man, let me just set. It's all about the mindset and knowing how to. That's why I love to focus on mindset. Like the last video I released had nothing to do with silver. It just had to talk about New Year's resolution, but it's the mindset that goes behind it. It's the discipline that goes behind it that generates the results that you want in your life. Whether it be silver, whether it be buying gold, whether it be buying platinum, even if, because there's some people out there that loves copper. Even if you're client, you want to buy copper. If there's a proper mindset for it, I guarantee you there's a way. I just haven't figured it out yet, but there's a way you guys can make money off copper.
I do. Copper rings. 5 for 2, sell it for 20.
You see, I would do that too, make copper bars.
Yeah.
I'll make copper bars, but the thing is just too hard to stamp and hard to know. I'm like, forget it.
Yeah. I mean,
I let JT do all that.
Definitely people in the community definitely making beautiful art with copper. I wanted to go to a question from Erwin Rosales. My hope is to leave it for my kids, but I would like to get my money's worth in case of emergency, break glass scenario. And what he was talking about was the Swan coin. I'm gonna find that in the comments as well. He was talking about, one second, the certain type of silver coins by the Perth Mint. And here we go. Voila. The Perth silver swans worth the high premiums. I'm new to stacking. So what do you say about people buying high premium silver bullion, such as offered by the Perth Mint? They have some definitely beautiful pieces. And later on in the comments, he said, even if he doesn't get the money from it now, it's something that he wants to leave for his kids. And that's the reason why I picked this comment, because it kind of segued to what we was talking about in conversation prior about leaving and setting our kids up and teaching them about precious metal. What do you think about that?
Makes sense. I can only go based off my experience. When I first started stacking, for some reason I stayed away. I did buy, when it came to gold, I did buy Perth Mint gold, ounce of gold. And I kind of realized that I had to switch that mentality, because I was spending a little bit more on premium, and I just didn't know as much as I know now. I was still in my learning phase, and even right now, I'm still in my learning phase. I'm never out the learning phase. I'm always learning, no matter what. Yeah. So if I were to start it over, I'll stick to lower premium stuff just to get my feet wet. Saying that I don't have to spend as much money, because I have tons of pieces that I got earlier on that I won't get my money back unless it just skyrockets. I think I got 5 grams of silver 5 grams of or was it that 4 ounces, or it was out of, I forgot how much it was. I ain't gonna lie. It probably was 1 ounce and it was shaped like a dollar bill. Matter of fact, it was a gram. It was a gram, and I bought that for what, $20.
Okay.
So I could have bought an ounce for that amount. Silver was at $13 or $14 around that time, and I bought it for 20 for 5 grams. 5 grams of silver. And so I'm spending all this, and at first I was like, oh man, this looks good. I want to get it. This looks good. I want to get it. Well, the cheeseburger looks good as well, but I don't want to just keep buying cheeseburger all the time. And then
I love my cheeseburgers.
But yeah, you got to add some salad in there. You got to add. So you buy. A lot of people, I've heard this from, I forgot where I heard it, but a lot of people say, hey, buy what you like. Buy what you like. But at the same time, sometimes, buying what you like is not the right thing. As long as like with me, the way I buy what I like is, hey, I make sure I have my core, my core stackables, like the American Silver Eagles, maybe a generic here and there. But hey, if I see a rhodium plated stuff, some so-and-so, I'm like, hey, my birthday's coming up, boom, let me get it. Knowing that I'm not going to get my money back. Now, something you said that he said as well, I'm sorry, I forgot the name, but something he said as well. JC's supposed to leave the comments there so I can read it still. Yeah, something he said as well. No problem, that's cool. Something he said as well was leaving it for his kids, and we were talking about that, and I was like, hey, let's just say every one of us is probably listening to this or watching this on the replay. Let's just say our great-grandparents or our grandparents back in the 1940s, 50s, and 60s, if they said, hey, they knew the knowledge that they have about gold and silver, or let's just say that, and they were to keep, let's say, around the time where they stopped making the dimes and nickels, they stopped making it with silver. Let's say it was still circulating around. Let's just say if they said, hey, you know what? I'm just going to pick up all this constitutional silver that has 40% silver, 90% silver. Just put it aside. Hey, I'm getting it free anyways. I'm getting change. Oh, cool. Let me put this aside. Let's just say they all did that. And they said, hey, they're now 2019, 2010. They're like, hey, son, hey, grandson, I'm giving this to you, and let me give you some information about it. That does wonders. My grandma, my great-grandparents, my parents did not do nothing like that. Right. They didn't leave me no knowledge. They didn't give me even if it's not so, they didn't give me no wealth knowledge. They didn't give me nothing. All they taught me was go to school, get an education, get a better job. That's all they taught me. That's all I knew. I had to learn from myself, from different mentors, from different places, from books I've read to understand that. But if you understand, I don't know if you guys look at it in the community, there's some people out there that was like, yeah, my dad used to collect coins and, he did this, but it put the knowledge in his head clearly, like, and any YouTubers had that had their parents, that had the luxury of their great grandparents or their parents doing that, gave them the knowledge where right now they'd be like, hey, you know what? I was buying silver and it was low. I was buying silver when it was at $6. I was buying this and I was buying that. Now, when we look at it, imagine from here on out, we're buying silver, we're doing this, we're doing that. We have the knowledge, we're obtaining the knowledge. Maybe JT, one day you'll tell your grandchild about urban lifestyle. There was this one great man called Urban Lifestyle, handsome fellow, longer than Rapunzel. Handsome fellow, dreads longer than Rapunzel. He told me, hey man, you gotta buy gold, you gotta buy silver. Right?
Yeah. Just like that. I'm gonna say just like that. Gotta buy gold. Gotta buy silver.
But just imagine just that knowledge right there.
Right.
Even if JT, and I doubt it, even if JT has nothing to pass down, that knowledge right there is worth a lot.
Most definitely. Stepstacker made a comment, and it was in terms of what we put up previously. He said, suggest you stay away from anything with collector's value. Learn your U.S. constitutional silver first. Don't touch anything collectible for 1 year. And that's advice he was given to the last subscriber that we put up. And I think that's a pretty good idea. And it goes on terms of what you was talking about, constitutional silver. If that was passed down from our great grandparents and something we can have right now, we can at least, that's a good start. And it's nothing you losing money of when you just buy, when you buying high price premium, silver. Constitutional is a good way to start. And I know you're a fan of Constitution, just like I am. So what do you say on that comment from Stepstacker?
No, 100%. That's why I said when I first started, I was buying stuff that like how you would call collectibles. Like they'll have the nodes, all that extra stuff. And I was like, you know what? Let me go. I don't know if you remember this, where there was a time where, hey, I was like, hey, forget coins. Let me just focus on generic stuff I can get close to spot. And as I got more educated, and learn more about what I was doing. I was like, hey, you know what? Let me go into this. Let me go into this higher premium stuff. But it's not like I'm going all in on these higher premium stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe $2, $3, maybe $4 or $5, but no more than that.
Yeah. We have someone new. You may have also seen him on your channel. First time I seen him on my channel, Silver Pressed Shekels. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate that. And along with everybody who came in, we got Silver Chimp. We have also Budget Bullion Stacker, Michael M, International Stacker. We also, who else we have here? We have Step Stacker, as I said. And
just give me one moment real quick. I still hear you, but just give me one moment.
Okay. So guys, I want to make sure I don't miss anyone who came in this while we was talking. Erwin Rosales, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate that. Eli's back. There we go. All right. So guys, thank you so much. If you're enjoying the conversation we have, and put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. Just make sure that everyone's still engaged. You got to teach me your ways, International Stacker. I think Talking Bullion just came in. Okay, his comment was, that's what I get. Morgan's as well. $14 the other day. Got a Morgan for $14. That's pretty good. The last Morgan I bought, I did a Morgan ring. I think I had to pay like close to $19. Talking Bullion already gave me some advice last stream that we were all on. And he knows when I say I paid $19, I did not follow the great advice he gave. He says, eBay bucks, learn eBay bucks. So I have not taken advantage of that just yet. We got ones inside the chat, so people are enjoying it and engaging in so far. So I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much for coming here. Could have been anyone on YouTube, but you chose to come to watch me. Yes, it is. It is definitely a pleasure. Oh yeah, and Eli too. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is the same guy.
Awesome.
You know, a lot of subscribers, a lot of intellectual property on that channel. Over 700 videos soon to be this year. Eli, you gotta tell them about the excellent work you're doing on the remake. I know it's not about Silver, but you're shining over there, bro. So I want to make sure you put some time in that as well. Tell them about the remake.
The remake is the remake. You know, it's doing good. Hold on real quick. I was looking at the chat real quick. I didn't know I can watch it through the screen.
I told you.
Awesome. I didn't know. You know. So yeah, the remake is just a good spot where I try to do as much comedy sketches as I possibly can. And I just posted, I post on YouTube there for the remake and all that good stuff. All that good stuff. I'm excited about it. I'm about to reach 7,000 subscribers. I mean, not subscribers, followers on TikTok. So it's just growing real big. A lot of people. I build a whole new community on TikTok outside of this community here. So it's awesome.
Yeah,
it's awesome. It's going good.
You're doing an excellent job. On the last live stream that I did, Let's Talk, I definitely shared one of the your clips. One of my favorite clips, which is the Terminator clip. I thought that was so funny when it says like, comment, subscribe, like. I thought it was so funny. So guys, you check that out, man. I'm telling you, he had an opportunity to use a green screen, and it was a crowd full of Eli's, and it was definitely comedy. And then, but you gotta always love the what he puts inside of it. So, I'm definitely. We have here, you guys got some rock stars in the chat. Yeah, we got Talking Bullion. We got Michael M. We got International Stacker. We got my friend Step Stacker, and we have some new people. And I welcome all, man. I appreciate you all coming in. Tell a friend. Next week we'll be back to our normal shenanigans and giving like silver and talk about all types of topics. And the beautiful thing right now, if anyone would like to come in the chat for a couple seconds, and I'll put that inside the chat as well. Come in and share some things about your channel. It's an opportunity. Oh, you got babies.
Yeah, my son popped in the room and just gave it to me.
I know that's right. If you want to have an opportunity to come up, talk about your channel, what's going on, we got a couple minutes. I left the chat inside the we call it.
You left the comment. You left the link inside the comments.
There you go. Look, man, I'm the oldest one out of two. Give me a break, you know. But guys, what else, Eli? What else is on
that's pretty much it. I mean, always check out urblifestyle.com. Awesome stuff going on in there. That's the new Urban Lifestyle website. I think that you have it in the comments below, or if in the descriptions, if anything on that. And just one more thing. There's this guy that on YouTube called Blades and Bullion.
That's right.
I don't know. Did he reach his 300 yet? Because this guy, he has his goal, and I'm like, man, you know, I want to do what I can to help. I want to do what I can. I remember when I was starting from 0 to 300, or just to get to 100. It was like I can't even come up with the words, but it was extremely hard.
Yeah.
You know, pause. But yeah, so if we can help him out and subscribe to his channel, he has some good content on there. And he has a lot of blades, and he also have a lot of bullion.
Yes, and he also talks about some cigars, basically life. You know, he talks about life, and he talks about things he loved to do with silver, and also carrying, you know, the switchblades. Excellent channel. You know, check him out. We got.
I heard he gave you one.
Yeah,
I heard he gave you one, and I haven't got mine yet. You know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like, I want a blade too.
I'm sure. I guarantee is in the mail. I guarantee it's in the mail. We got International Stacker who's going to join us on. International Stacker, how you doing?
International, how's everything going, bro?
You may still be getting the audio ready.
What is up, guys? What's up, JT? What's up, Urban?
What's going on, man?
I'm doing all good. How's it going?
I'm doing pretty good, guys.
So awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us on Silver Talk. Definitely a pleasure. Where are you at as you speak? Thank you so much for joining us on Silver Talk. Definitely a pleasure.
He's on Silver Talk, JT. He's on
I'm currently in Arizona. I'm in Arizona. Just did some live streams, having a blast out here.
Okay.
I'm currently in Arizona. I'm in Arizona.
I hear back. Okay, there we go. We got it now.
I'm fixing my headset. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second.
Hey, no problem. No problem. So, guys, we got International Stacker. We also had Eli's son for a second. I thought he was going to speak. I thought it was going to be a rap duo going on in Florida.
All right, there we go. Can you hear me now? I think I fixed it.
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear. Yep.
All right.
Eli, you hear clearly?
Yeah, I don't hear the feedback.
Okay. Step Stacker said he must be on a new phone app from StreamYard. Maybe you need headphones for the phone app. I don't know. He probably so. He kind of went off. He probably be coming back on. So, Eli, we talked about the kids. We talked about, you know, from basically the idea of having silver passed on and having that conversation. I know one way. I've been spreading the gospel of silver. I'll call it that, the gospel of silver, to my coworkers. And what happened was, I talked to one of my coworkers about giving the gift away for Christmas. So this holiday season, she said, "Hey, JT, won't you put together a packet for me?" And one thing I did, her kids love, grandkids love Black Panther. So I bought some Black Panther coins, and also thought of the idea of getting some Black Panther comic books and putting it in a shadow box along with the action figure. And I'm gonna do a video on it. Hopefully, maybe out next week. It's something. The idea is I'll be doing that today. And like I said, we want to give our children and family members, friends, opportunities to pass this information down, pass it forward, as I like to say, and giving our kids the benefits of stacking, not just silver, but just say precious metals in general. I don't care if it's
Mm-hmm.
half an ounce. I don't care if it's 1 ounce. I find creative ways in passing that information on. What's some of the ways that you think?
Well, the information, like, to be honest with you, the only way I pass out information is on here.
Yeah.
You know, I had a coworker recently. He was like, "Hey, you know what, man? I'm looking into buying gold and silver, and I'm looking to do this, so and so and so and so, yada yada yada." He was like, "What you think?" I'm like, "Really? I want to start buying silver too. And how do I do that?"
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason is because I like to think of every scenario possible. You know, I'm not saying there's nothing that you were doing wrong or anything. It's just me, myself, personally. I
Mm-hmm.
just feel like on YouTube, on the Urban Lifestyle Show, I'm Superman. Not really, but yeah, I'm Superman.
Yeah,
Outside of YouTube, I'm Clark Kent. Nobody knows nothing.
I got you.
Nobody knows nothing. And the reason I keep it that way is if there's a situation, let's say a world-ending situation. Close the door for me. If there's a world-ending situation, right?
Right.
And somebody's like, "Oh man, dude, we need silver because people are trading silver out in the streets, or people's bargaining for silver. They're not using money anymore." But yeah, I do remember this guy named Eli. He was, you know, and I just want to keep myself safe for reasons like that. And I don't want word to go around. "Oh yeah, you should talk to Eli, man. I know he has lots over," and I don't know that person he's giving that information to.
Yeah.
And then that person, like, "Oh yeah, word, all right. Where do
I-
Eli stay at?" You know. So
I
that's
understand.
just me. So when it comes out to me giving out information on YouTube, yes. But anybody else, like, I
Personal.
don't like outside that knows me or here, there's no one knows except for my
Gotcha.
wife and one good friend that I trust.
I got you. We have Silver Bull 30 inside of the chat. Welcome, man. Thank you very much. We also got International Stacker waiting to get in the green room. So let's get him on. He's a perfect person to ask about anonymity. He's keeping everything anonymous in the stack community, still sharing information, but also keeping his identity, to himself and sharing it with who he chooses. But let's ask him, how did he spread the word outside of YouTube? International Stacker.
What's up, guys? Sorry about that issue. I had to figure it was a browser issue, but we're all good now. So
he's about to do a face reveal.
Not
International
even.
Stacker's about to do a face reveal.
Not even. You guys can hear me, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
We can hear you pretty clearly. We just had to talk about basically how to keep identity safe, but still using your voice and your knowledge to share precious metal with friends, family, co-workers, or whatever. How do you keep it all together? And do you share?
Give me one moment, JT. I mean, does anybody in the chat, do you guys hear International Stackers? I can't hear them, but as long as people in the chat can hear them,
yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Yeah.
But do the people in the chat hear them? Like, type in 1 if you can hear International Stackers.
Type in 1 if you can hear me.
Type in 1, guys.
Like, are you getting ones?
Yeah, they can hear it.
Yeah.
All right. So as long as they can hear them, it's all good.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll repeat the question. But
No problem.
how do you deal with that, International Stacker, being who you are, with your audience? How do you share information of stacking to friends, families, and people outside of YouTube?
Well, thanks. That's a great question, actually, and it's kind of one of my specialties because for those people who don't know, I'm a contractor, so I work emergency management and counterterrorism around the world. So for my job, the amount of silver and gold I stack, I feel like it's a necessity, to stay anonymous. And I do that through several ways. First is I don't show my face. I mean, you might see my hand, but I don't show my face. Second, whenever I'm unboxing something that I'm going to flip or sell, I never show the COA number. Because if I sell that coin on Facebook or LetGo or eBay, and people see that COA number, then they could track me technically down to who I am. Third, my mailing address is a P.O. box that goes through 3 hops once it gets to the P.O. box. So even if somebody was like waiting at the P.O. box to try to see me getting the mail, it would never work because it goes through 3 more hops to get through to me.
Wow.
Fourth is when I'm editing videos, I just really try to look on, surfaces that can reflect and this and that. And for the most part, I've been successful with that. But there's been a few times where you could see part of my face. And most of my subs have been like really good about sending me emails. Hey, we saw part of your face. Hey, we saw this. So I'll go afterwards, edit it if I have to. But like, if people found out who I am, would it be the end of the world? No. But just for what I do in my lifestyle, I try my best, to keep it anonymous. And I've been successful so far. And just like Urban was saying is my main reason is to stack for retirement, but I am per se a professional prepper for governments. That's what I do.
Right.
So if something ever happened before I retired, like a SHTF scenario or disaster or whatever you want to call it, I definitely wouldn't want the whole neighborhood saying, "Hey, let's go over to IS's house and he can take care of us."
That's a great point. Great point. I mean, the level of care that you take, in keeping your identity, clear from people in the community, I tell you, is a lot. Now, you just named like the 3-step process just from the PO box, which I think will be pretty safe. Just alone having the PO box, I thought just keeping it a couple miles away from my home, it would be enough, But I'm 300 plus pounds, so anyone see me walking in the street, they'll say, "That's JT." It's by it's by the glare of the forehead. But they're like, "Hey, there you go, that's you go." So I do respect that you do give that level of care when it comes down keeping your identity, but you still find the need to share the information to loved ones so they can learn also about precious metals. How long have you been stacking?
My first purchase, I believe, was 2016. And I was going to try to pull it up, but 2016 of June, I think, was my first purchase. So, coming on 2.5, coming on 3 years. But I was like lurking forever. I remember back in 2014 or something, I saw videos online and these guys like had all these, it was called stacking. They had all these like bars. I'm like, what the heck is this? I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And then what happened is around that time, I found out about Bitcoin. So I actually bought some Bitcoin miners and I started mining Bitcoin when it was $400 a coin. And then my buddy, who is also a contractor, I was in the Middle East at this time in Saudi Arabia. And I told him like, hey, there's this cryptocurrency and see, I never bought a bunch of cryptocurrency, so I wasn't in it for a ton of money. I just spent $1,500 on a miner. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me see what happens. So I told him about it. He got into it. And then he said to me, he's like, hey, we're doing something, me and a couple other guys out here, and we're stacking gold and silver. I'm like, oh, tell me about it. And when he told me about it, I remembered those videos I'd seen. So then I started creeping YouTube, and then I saw like Silver Slacker and all these guys. And I'm like, oh, I need to get into this. So then I started slowly buying gold and silver in 2016. And then when crypto went nuts, I sold a lot of it out and actually used it to buy gold and silver.
Yeah, same to me. I know when I started off doing Litecoin, and I brought Litecoin when it was under $50, and when it went up to 300, I went ham, and I definitely brought my first gold coin off when it would start going down. I needed somewhere to dump it. So yeah, I took advantage of the crypto rise and decline. So as well. Eli, can you still hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Oh, you hear me? You still hear me? International Stacker. He was sharing his journey from 2016, I believe he said, on starting stacking, and how he started in crypto at first, buying some Bitcoin. How much was Bitcoin when you first got into it, International Stacker?
Well, the key here is I wasn't buying the Bitcoin. I bought the miner to mine the Bitcoin.
Right.
So I ended up mining 11 Bitcoin before it went crazy. And when I was mining these, they're $300-400 a pop. And I sold most of them around like 13,000-14,000.
Okay. So let me go ahead because Eli is great with the math right there. Eli, he had a miner. I feel like I'm going to another room. He had a miner. He was a Bitcoin miner. He had 10 Bitcoin. Bitcoin was $300 per Bitcoin, sold at 13,000. Okay, that's a lot. Good gracious!
He had three Bitcoins. You said?
No, I said 10.
Oh, so he made 10,000.
No, 300.
You said he
10 times 13.
You said he. All right,
10 times 13. 10. Can you understand?
Yeah, so $10,000. I mean, $10,000.
No, it doesn't
matter.
If
he had 10 of them, if you bought 10 of them at 300, and they all grew up to 13,
I don't think
the profit is 1,000.
I mined 11 when they're around around 300. and I sold them at
130,000.
13,000. Yeah, there you go.
It's 130,000.
He had 10 Bitcoins.
10.
And you said, and then it went up to 1,300.
13,000.
Oh, okay. I'm tripping.
Yeah, 13,000. Yeah.
I'm tripping. Yeah, 130. Yeah, I'm tripping.
So a lot of gold could have been bought. Let me tell you something. I got in too late. I wish I was a miner. I have a friend who's a miner, and he talks about it to this day. Even though it's where it is, he said, "Hey, I'm still doing pretty good because he got in early." So, would you consider going back into that, or you just left it all alone?
Look, I'm still mining. I don't recommend anyone just dumps a bunch of money and buys cryptos outright.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a proponent of mining because you can always get the newest mining rig for anywhere between $1,500 and $2,000, and you can easily make that back. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I don't want to see people like pouring their life savings into stuff, thinking they're going to quadruple it, because I do think cryptos are the technology is the wave of the future, and I do think there's going to be more runs. But it's very speculative, extremely volatile. So that's why I said, I'm never going to buy crypto. I'm going to mine it. And by mining it, that controls my losses at 1,500 to 2,000. And that's a very small margin to overcome. And it worked great thus far. But I'm still mining as we speak.
Awesome, man. That's pretty good. Hey, man, International Stacker, we about to wrap the show up. And, man, I appreciate you so much for coming on. I hope this won't be your last time. Please come back again. I mean, we got you in the States. Next time, I know you may be over another country or abroad somewhere else. So just to be back in the States, we definitely love it. And have you put a new video out this week?
Yeah, I put a couple, and I actually have a video going live. Oh, I think I have a video live now. Did I miss it? Oh no, I have a video going live in 45 minutes. I'm searching over $2,400 face, weighing it, and then telling you what's the best constitutional 90% junk, whatever you want to call it, to stack with the least amount of silver loss. That's coming live in 45 minutes.
Awesome, man. We'll definitely look over there. International Stacker, thank you so much for joining us on Silver Talk. This is our first guest on Silver Talk live. So, man, I appreciate that. And
thanks for having me, guys.
You were the first person I won a giveaway from. So I always love mentioning that when you're way up from Egypt. So
all the way from Egypt.
Man, thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to talk to you soon.
All right, guys. Catch you on the next one.
Take care, my friend. That was International Stacker. We got my man Eli back in the house. Well, he never left. He was always here. But we definitely hit the hour mark of our show. Eli, before we jet, what do you want to share with our subscribers?
I mean, just if you're not subscribed to the Urban Lifestyle channel, there's so much stuff that's coming up, and I guarantee you guys are gonna want to know whether it be about silver, whether it be about mindset, like I talked about earlier in the show. Mindset is very key, especially when you're, when it comes to finance and it's mindset discipline. Definitely check out the Urban Lifestyle channel. I don't know if JT has it in the description below. And also, if you guys want to be more entertained, have a couple of laughs, make sure you check out the remake as well. And if you guys want to help support the Urban Lifestyle community and soon to be the JT Coin Rings community, because we're trying to get everything. I'm trying to get all his rings and things like that he does on the website as well. Make sure you guys check out URB Lifestyle, URBLifestyle.com. Yes,
most definitely. It's one of the highlights of my YouTube career, to work with Eli on this level, intimate level, that we have kind of developed. Make sure you go to the Urban Lifestyle channel. Make sure you hit the remake, and also join me here on JT Coin Rings, which I'll be dropping a video 2 times a week, and also starting back up with Coin Talk or Let's Chat, which is a tandem, and I'll be talking to international coin ring makers. Starting off with, we're going to Sweden with Vikings Coins, and then we also hit up and talk to friends in Canada. But Eli, it's always been a pleasure, man. Once again, we'll definitely talk throughout the week, but on this episode, we're gonna call it a wrap.
And this is season 2 of Silver Talk. Season 2.
Beware, guys.
Silver Talk.
We're gonna be coming with some flames, and we'll be giving out silver. We may even have matching shirts, like twins. I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's DeVito. You've seen it.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Take care. We'll see you next week on another episode of Silver Talk. Peace out.
Have a good one.